Hey friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to my creative life. I'm working on a one-page layout today using this set, Ghosts and Goblins by Echo Park. I already have some scraps, so I'm really hoping to use most of the scraps with these two photos. Now I'm using a sketch by Scrapbooking the Day Away by Anne-Marie, and I'll have a link to her blog or her website in the information panel. But that was a closer look of, or a better look of the sketch. So I'm going to use this purple paper as the layout base. I love doing that when I can. Look at, I'm kind of going through this whole phase, and this is probably something I should be doing all the time, but I'm really trying to just use my papers. I don't know if you're like me, but we have all this paper and it's so pretty and it's so fun. That's the reason why we bought it, right? But then we almost kind of hesitate when we want to use it. It's so ridiculous, especially a full page like that. So I am going to use, like I mentioned, that purple piece for the base, and then the other scraps are going to be pretty much used up. Now I decided to map both of these photos onto one piece of paper, and this is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of black cardstock. I decided to do black because I thought that would pop against that the purple. And also, if you notice on the sketch, though, they had one photo and they had mitered corners around it, or the mat had mitered corners. Now, I've never really done that before, so I'm kind of guessing on how to do it, but I'm treating this like one photo, even though there are two. And then the frame is going to go around, the mitered frame is going to go around this photo. God, I hope that was explained well enough. So I'm just eyeballing where to cut these or where to trim the paper down, and it works out perfectly fine. No big deal. It's probably a little off, but I'm not going to worry about it. Now, if you remember, the sketch also had a title going on the left side and a bunch of stars over there on the right. Now this photo, like I said, I'm going to call it one photo, is probably a little bit larger than what the sketch calls for, but I'm going to just kind of guess on where I'm placing it. Now, again, I've never done these mitered corners before, but I thought, well, that's pretty simple to do. These strips are 1 inch thick, so I just put a measurement on the 1 inch and then to the end of the corner, and then trimmed it down. So I did that for all of the sides, and I'm going to kind of rush through this because it takes a while and it's pretty much the exact same thing. Now, the only thing I did differently is because I didn't measure those strips according to the frame, or let me reframe that. Let me re-say that. I didn't measure the strips I didn't measure the strips that I needed for this photo in order to make the frame fit. So that's why I decided to adhere the photo down, and now I'm just going to put the frame around it. But look at this. The white background stars are too short. So I'm thinking to myself, can I paper piece this? Do I want to paper piece it? And I decided the piece that I had to put down is so small. It seems like it would just be a bigger pain. So luckily I had this star paper in the dark black, the black background. My goodness, I'm tongue-tied today. And so I'm pretty much going to use that. I just cut 1 inch strips, and I'm doing the exact same thing. Now, the only difference what I'm doing here, because like I mentioned, I didn't measure them, is I'm just measuring 1 inch longer than what I need, because that's, again, everything's 1 inch long. And then I'm cutting those corners just like I did before. I hope what I'm saying is making any kind of sense, because I feel like I'm not even speaking English at this point. But you can also see what I'm doing. Or if you've done these type of, that mitered look, you know exactly what you're doing. And I'm just using a pencil to mark the spots. And if you notice, as I started hearing these down, I have a little bit of a gap on the lower left corner, and you're going to see it in just a minute. And you know what? It's so small, and I'm fine with it because I'm just going to cover it up when I start adding the embellishments. But like I mentioned, this is going to take a little bit of time. So really quick, I'm going to talk about the scrapbooking with Anne-Marie, or Stamping the Day Away. She has two different sites. One is a paid membership. The other is free, but it's all the same website, and it's all things scrapbooking, community, instructions, tutorials, challenges, what else? Just fun. Everything you need as far as scrapbooking. So if you are a new scrapbooker especially, you would love this website because there's a lot of kind of basic items there and ideas so you don't get overwhelmed. But also if you are a longtime scrapbooker like I am, there's so much more you can do because there's, like I mentioned, there's challenges, there's sketches, there's just a lot. There's even like trades, and she even hosts a yearly crop. I mean, it's just all the things, right? So check it out. Like I mentioned, the link will be in the information box, as well as a link to my blog and also my Instagram accounts. So now I finished the frame, and you can tell by how much it took. It took a lot more space than I had anticipated. So on the sketch, they have some circles or kind of half circles across the bottom. So I'm going to use my circle cutter from Creative Memories. This is one of the first tools that I ever bought when I first started scrapbooking. So it's super easy to use. I know I went through it really quick, but if that's something you're interested, leave a comment and I can definitely talk about it a little bit more. But basically it's, you get a guide and 3 different circles, size circles, and 2 different cutting blades, but the guide shows you all the different sizes you need, and then you just kind of follow it. You put your the little blade in the little grooves and you swirl it around. It's super easy, and I've had this for over 20 years. As a matter of fact, getting over 25 years now that I think about it, because I bought it in the year 2000 and it's already 2026. I cut those circles in half, or sort of in half. You can see here that they're wonky, but I'm okay with that because I am going to put a strip of paper, same black, over the top, because if you notice on the sketch, the actual strip going across was thicker, but because this frame goes down so much further, I did mine really thin, but it's perfect. And also on the sketch, they have circles going on top, full circles going on top of these half ones. So I decided to grab some vellum, and I'm just punching. This is 1.5 inches, I believe. And I'm using pumpkins going across also to kind of emulate those circles. And I was just going to put the stickers, but I felt like it needed a little bit more. So I think this vellum really worked because it you could see it, but it's not overwhelming. And then I realized, remember I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to use all the things. I have this little strip right here, and I thought, let me add it because it adds a little bit more color as well. Now, the thing that kind of bothers me is this isn't even close to 12 by 12 or 12 inches. So I just centered it as best as I could and put it down anyways. I wasn't too worried about it being absolutely perfect, but I figured, God, if you're adding a long embellishment, shouldn't it be at least 12 inches long? Whatever. Echo Park, take note. But again, with the sketch, there's supposed to be some circles going across the bottom. So the circles in my mind are the circles of the pumpkins. And then I decided to put them on on the vellum circles as well. So I'm kind of double circling on those ones. And I do end up moving the far left pumpkin over to that third one because I'm going to use this sticker as my title over there on the left side. And I think I like that a lot better because even though the sketch shows the title going up the side on the left, and I did start thinking I was going to do it that way, I realized there's really not a whole lot of room. And also I didn't feel like pulling out my Cricut or my letter stickers to make some sort of title there. But I love the stickers here on the sheet because first of all, everything coordinated. So there you go. No, you don't have to think about it. And also because it's kind of fun. It's spectacular fun. I think that's kind of cool. But so I fussy cut this pumpkin because I wanted to add one more over here. And I'm just kind of building on that title cluster at this point. And also, if you noticed on this sketch, she had a bunch of stars drawn over on that right side. So I do grab some stars that are from the sticker sheet. There's only 3. So I used those. And then I remembered that I had these other stars that have been sitting at my desk forever. And I don't even know why they've been sitting on my desk. I probably took them out at one point and they've just been there and not put away. Now these are actually glow in the dark. I don't know if I need glow in the dark stickers on a scrapbook layout, but hey, in case I happen to open it and it's dark, I might say, hey, that's kind of cool. But either way, they work because they're like when something's glow in the dark, it's almost like a light green as well. So they shine out there. So it's pretty cool. And then I'm just adding things. I'm just playing around what I'm going to do, trying to use as much of my stash as I can. I do move those stickers around a little bit, but that's the fun part. I'm just messing around. Thankfully, I'm not pressing super hard on the stickers. So when you've seen me move things around, it hasn't, tore paper, or it hasn't been too difficult to make those changes without ruining what I've already done. I am going to fussy cut a lot of stars from this paper because I felt like I needed more. I wish I had more stickers that look like the one from the actual Echo Park sticker sheet because they're a lot of fun. But hey, this paper works out fine. And again, using my stash. So there's some really good things, or win-win on that one for sure. So again, just sprinkling it around, having a lot of fun with it. But I hope you like this video. And if you do, give me a thumbs up. Most of my scrapbooks or my scrapbook layouts are pretty simple like this. I try to use my products as much as I can because, hey, that's why we buy them. I don't do a lot of mixed media and stuff, but every once in a while I throw some mixed media in something. So I kind of have to eat my own words when I say that. But I do try to focus on the photos and the story. I didn't do any journaling on this one because I have more photos of the day, so I'll do more journaling there. So this is one side of a 2-page spread that I'll probably end up doing because, like I mentioned, I have some more action photos of us actually painting the pumpkins, and that's where I'll do my journaling. I always feel like if you have multiple pages, you don't necessarily have to do all the journaling on all the pages, but that's my personal opinion. But anyhow, so I hope you like this video. Like I mentioned, give me a thumbs up if you do. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking. The other is whatever it is I'm creating in my craft room, which could literally be anything. But I wanted to know, as you're looking through here, I did change the title area and added that eek, and I moved some stars around. But I really like that so much better. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Bye.